for the Post 139 for accepting this beautiful American flag mural. That was just the biggest part of this in a lot of states, was getting the mural painting accepted. It was a great honor for Scott to count on me, in some cases, to convince Post to accept the mural. In this case, it was accepted with open arms and very quickly. Thank you very much. So, I got tasked to help Scott coordinate. He initially had his 50 selected posts, and with a little bit of a military background, being a homeboy to Staten Island, to Scott, sharing the same high school, actually the same birth date. He's older by 1 year. We went ahead and began this awesome tour in February of this year. In my home city, current home city where I call Staten Island home, but I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And he painted in the snow for his first mural. He painted in rain. He painted at night. He painted in the heat. I mean, what kind of dedication, what a patriot. So I try to think of a few words that I could share with you and with Scott. So this is what I got. So, first of all, how many veterans do we have out here? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your service. So what is a military veteran? Any person who serves any length of time or still serving in any military service branch. I also looked up the definition of patriot. A person who vigorously loves, supports, and defends his or her country and its interests with devotion. With devotion. Funny, I also found that it's can also be found as a definition for a patriot as an automated surface-to-air missile designed to preemptively strike and kill enemy. So I don't know which one fits Scott, maybe both of them. So either one does define Scott. And what I mean by that is, if there is ever a catastrophic event in the past, 25 years or so, if there was a natural disaster, a World Trade Center, a terrorist attack on our nation, Scott answered the call. He put his Captain America shirt on and grabbed a few rollers and paintbrushes. You don't want the rest of that? Okay. He grabbed his 9 paints and he took off. He didn't care about reimbursement. He'd figure that out later. He just left. It's in his heart. If you Google Scott LoBaido, you will find some YouTube videos and watch them. Watch his reaction. Watch his heart, his devotion, the emotion he puts into every one of the American flags he paints. And occasionally he has to step away to hide his emotion. He does a quick stage left. We're not going to let you do that today, Scott. Okay, now another thing I wanted to share was the Star Spangled Banner. It has 3 colors and 50 stars, 13 stripes, 7 red and 6 white. The stars obviously represent each state in the new constellation. Red for courage and readiness to sacrifice. White for pure intentions and high ideals, and blue for vigilance and justice. In our national anthems, these words could not have any more patriotic meaning than, "Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave?" That thing is still waving. This flag on Scott's truck are still waving. Nobody has ever come here to lower it. Or they came to lower it, but they have not succeeded. Although a misguided person, an unpatriotic individual may have taken this flag down yesterday, Scott painting is still there as he has many around the nation, whether a small painting or the largest flag painted in the world. Scott is a true patriot. It was an honor and a privilege to help him with this tour. I've been called many names throughout the past couple of months. I've been a Gomer. Some things I can't repeat. But the only one thing I kept telling Scott was, don't worry, it'll work out. And it did. So it was with great pleasure and an honor for me to present to you Mr. Scott LoBaido.
I don't have any paperwork. I'm saying I'm not going to do this. I can't help it. I'm overwhelmed. First, I'd like to thank the people that helped make this happen. Of course, Art Salisbury here, but I had some sponsors to help me along the way, cover my costs, paints, my supplies. Steven Silla Tunnel for Towers Foundation. They do so much great work, especially with the veterans. They're back in my hometown of Staten Island. Call them Crazy Patriots. My buddy Mike Lenton from City Quiet Windows in New York City, another crazy patriot. And Bear Paint donated all the paint. And there's this little company called Home Depot. Yeah! Let me tell you something about Home Depot. 20 some odd years ago, actually, when I started doing this flag thing, because everyone was afraid of the flag. It was taboo. Patriotism was at a low. That's what kicked me into this. That's where I found my calling. Bring this baby back to life the way I know how. There wasn't nobody was into the veterans or the military. One company was. Before everybody else jumped on board, Home Depot was there from the beginning, and they still are. They do a ton of stuff for the veterans. So I want an extra round of applause for Home Depot. Yeah, thank this guy. I killed him, man. I just killed him. And he didn't get a dime either to help me get these people. You know, I can't call up. Hi, I'm a New York artist, and I want to give you something for free. You know, click. Nothing's free. So that's where he got on board. He knows the military lingo. He knows how to sell this idea. You know, this gift. And once these people received it, they were just overwhelmed. And it's been one heck of a journey. I mean, you know, it's I mean, my shout out to my friends that came from Jersey, Hank and Sandy and Rob and Jen and Sal and Mike over there, very humble man. 9/11 fireman responder, right there. There's another hero. That's another unsung hero. He doesn't want to hear that, but he is. And so yeah, I get choked up again. It just makes me, it always made me sad that I have this great gift. We have this great gift called freedom, especially us creative people, us artists. And I saw back then that so many artists were blaming the flag and desecrating it and not realizing that that flag gave them the right to express themselves as they want. Why did I just be the one to say, this is the most amazing thing in the world, I gotta promote this and that flag and these men and women who gave me this crazy life, this awesome, I say crazy because it's so awesome. And it just kills me how our society sees celebrities. You know, every day there's 40 different new reality TV shows, and that's fine, I watch some of them, but when you walk in a restaurant, you see the guy that just, cuts trees in Alaska and he's got a TV show. Meanwhile, there's a World War II veteran sitting over here with his hat on, and you're over here asking for this guy's autograph. It's like, I walk into a bar and, I see a veteran. There could be a Victoria's Secret model right there. Let me rephrase that. Back there. That's a lie. Sorry, that's a lie. That's a lie. Derek Jeter or somebody well known. I would not even acknowledge them until I went over and acknowledged that man, that woman that made that sacrifice for me. And and I guess I'm trying to teach others, civilians, just to keep doing that. Say thank you. It's just 2 words. You just tap him on the shoulder. You see him in the supermarket, he's wearing his hat. Go say thank you, and then walk away. You don't have to talk to him. You'll make his week, and you'll feel so good. So I guess that's what I'm trying to do. And and I think I did a good job. I'm a middle child. I got a little bit of an ego, I like the attention, so. But on the last note, what happened the other day with this flag, which is ironic that someone took it down, and who knows. But like I like to say, it might not be a crime, unfortunately, to desecrate an American flag, but it is a crime to steal it. And if they catch these individuals, and I'd like to spread this message, anybody that does something illegal with the American flag or on a veteran's property should spend a week at Walter Reed, Bethesda Hospital, or a VA hospital, and spend a week with the men and women who lost their limbs and their minds. For that. Anyway, sorry. Thank you. I dedicate this masterpiece, I think it's a masterpiece, I could say that, to this post, these veterans, this community, but to all the veterans of this awesome state of Virginia. How ironic, we're right down the street from Arlington. I'm going to pay a visit tomorrow to humble myself. So thank you all for coming, and put your flag up. Doesn't have to be 4th of July tomorrow. Doesn't have to be Memorial Day.
Right.
Every day of those days. Let's go home and put up a flag. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, not just for what you've given us, but for all the murals you painted across America. We thank and commend you for honoring the flag of our great nation and all the veterans who helped defend it. The flag has been an inspiration on many American battlefields and provided a comforting presence to rescue workers at New York's Ground Zero and just down the road here as it was draped on the west wall of the Pentagon in the days following the 9/11 attacks. It is both a rallying symbol to Americans and also a sign of defiance to her enemies. It was, after all, following the bombardment at Fort McHenry that Francis Scott Key famously observed that our flag was still there. And with the help of American patriots just like you, Scott, that flag will continue to fly forever. I want to thank each of you for being here, and God bless each of you, and God bless the flag of the United States of America.
Amen.
At this time, I'd just like to once again thank some folks. Some of the members here at our post who put out an extra effort. Jim Houston, Fred Snyder, who I don't think came out, Sharon Walker, our club manager, who had to deal with a lot of the coordination efforts, and our own commander here at Post 139, he's shy, Bob Romano. He'd love to talk to you one-on-one. He just doesn't like to stand in front of you and speak to a large group, but one-on-one he's good. And I'd also once again like to thank you very much, Bob, for all your coordinated efforts. And I would like to once again thank Home Depot for everything that you all did. You came out here days before Scott showed up. You prepped the wall for him. You You delivered our genie lift that Scott needed to paint this masterpiece. I just want to thank you very much. And I'd also like to read a letter from Tim Kaine, Senator Kaine. Dear American Legion, Post 139, we heard about the news about your flag missing, and we wanted to send you a new flag that was flown over the U.S. Capitol building. It would be an honor to see it flown over Post 139. Sincerely, Senator Kaine. So Senator Kaine was one of 2 or 3 dozen individuals and organizations that in the last couple days reached out to us. Many citizens brought us flags. Senator Kaine brought us a flag. Other organizations brought us a flag. I'd also like to thank Flags Across America. They also brought a flag just in case we didn't have one to replace the one that was stolen from us. I just want to thank everybody very much. And at this time, I'd like to ask our chaplain, Marty Price, to lead us in a memorial prayer, and we'll close.